Why though? Oh, because I don't have it on here. Sorry, we're gonna do no switcheroo. And I'm back. Yes. There, right there. That'd be good. Happens. Okay. Oh wait, extension. I forgot I didn't have it on there. Oops.
Will Smith comes to Disney Plus.
No, bloop, 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 bloop. Oh, I did it wrong. I meant to do something else where I do that. There we go. That's not actually what I do. Usually I do this and then I go over her and then I go blah 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 like that. Okay. Waiting for the commercials to be over, so if you're wondering why it's so quiet, that's why. I'm also trying to get some of my stream components running, but apparently they're doing whatever they want. Oh my gosh, I just realized something. I'm gonna stop and restart. No. I'm gonna use this. Alright, who cares about stickers, I guess? Here. That stream info. It's not Lens Island. Okay, there we go. This is a different setup for me, so just trying to get used to it. Oh my goodness, I forgot to turn the music back on for you guys. Oh, that's it. It's loose in there. Oh, that's so tight. Okay. Hold on to it so it doesn't go flying. Oh, it's slowly been sliding on its own anyway. There we go. And then I'll stop kneeing it as well. In theory. Now I have more space! Yay! Whatever. Okay. This to be not directly in my face. And I'm a little bit more square with the camera. Okay, that looks good. That looks good. Sorry for the modifying things on stream, but you know, streamer life. Hashtag heck yes, I think. Okay, this to be half. This to be half. This is apparently still not working. So the other thing that I was trying to get done this evening was to start using Stream Raiders, but seems to be working. No matter how hard I try my little best. So that may need to be an adventure for another time, because I need to get crafting. I'm gonna try it one more time, just in case. I've downloaded the desktop app, and sometimes when I open it, it just hangs on the logo. Sometimes when I open it, it lets me click log into Twitch, and then it freezes. Sometimes when I open it, it lets me click log into Twitch, and then it says there's an error, name not found or something. So, you know, that's how it be. Yeah, okay, well, I'm done with trying to get that to work, so we'll just do the normals. So, the super special is that I'll leave it very generic. Someone in my life is coming up on their 1 month sobriety, and it's the first time in several years that they've been able to get to that point. And so I had previously made one of these. One second. Okay, sorry, had to cough. It kind of worked out perfectly though, because I muted myself to cough and then my cat feeder went off, so you guys didn't have to hear that. Perfect. Anyway, so I had another person in my life that I made one of these for last year. It was in the beginning of this year. All the years are blending together now, so you know. At some point in the past, I made one of these for my other person in my life. And that is literally no connotation. It's not anything. It's just a person that happens to be in my life. And I made it for them because they had it. And so, let me see. Let me get this other game. It's going to show my screen, so it's going to look all weird,
but in any case, you can see the pattern. So this is the cross-stitch pattern. Why is my mouse not showing up? Eh? That's weird that my mouse isn't showing up, but you can see, like, right now my mouse is hovering over here. Anyway. On the right side here, this is the cross-stitch pattern, and you can modify it for whatever you're looking at. So it has the numbers 1 through 0, and then it also adds, it's hard to see because of the way that it looks. So it's actually, let's see, 9, 10, 11, 12. So it's 1 through 12, and then 30. Oof, this is like taking a colorblind test. 60, 90. And then it has over here, which is kind of cut off because the rest of it goes down here. It has hours. There we go. Hours, days, months. Oh, months, year, years. And then it says in this little part here, it says to thine own self be true. So I am going to make another one for this other person, and it will say 1 month. I think the other one I made was, I want to say 1 year? 1 year. Yeah, I think so. Maybe that one was 1 month too. I don't know. It doesn't matter. What matters is it was good for that point in time, and that person was really happy with it. So now I'm going to make this other one. And it's kind of cool because it almost coincides with Christmas. I need to get it done quickly and sent out. And oh my gosh, hold on, let me blah 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 blah. There we go. Ads. Anyway, I need to get it done really quick. And ship it out so that it gets to the person in time. Hopefully, because they're 1 month. Or I could even make it 30 days, but I think putting 1 month is better. I don't know. Anyway, they will be having their 1 month in about a week. So I'm hoping to get this done in the next 2 or 3 days, and then ship it out, and then hopefully it gets there either on the day or the day after. But yeah. So that's why it's a super special stream tonight. So let me go back to this.
And we will get into it. And then hopefully I can remember to click to block out the ads. I did actually get, not a DMCA, but sort of kind of like a non-monetize whatever copyright claim when I uploaded my last crafting video to YouTube. But they have the new feature where you can just mute just the music, so in theory it worked. If it didn't, well, it didn't. Also, I love these little tiny scissors. They're super sharp. I keep saying I'm so sorry. That is very annoying. I got them with a kit that was a Black Friday Thanksgiving sale thing, and it came with this small bag, and then I have a medium-sized bag like this, but about this size, and then a large tote. Gosh, I did it again. Large tote size, like a gallon and a half. If you think of like a gallon of orange sherbet, like a gallon and a half size, maybe 2 gallon size. And it's really cute, and I've loved it so much. It came with crochet hooks. Oh my gosh, I need to get like a zapper thing that shocks me every time I say ugh. It came with crochet hooks as well, and these beautiful scissors, and I love it a lot. So, we need to get into this, or I'm never going to get this done, and it's going to make me really sad, because I'm really, really proud of this person. One thing I've noticed, I don't know if it's very visible on the camera, but, I'm going to start doing that every time. But, when this is so hard. And I'm just now noticing this about myself. Wow. When I use needles for cross stitch, which this has solely been a cross stitch needle, they get bent. I don't know if it actually shows up there, but it's definitely not straight. Got a curve. But that's okay. We're not ashamed of that. So let me see. Wolverine, I don't know why my sounds aren't working. Nothing's working. I've been having hashtag streamer problems all night. Oh, Nikki, thank you. Thank you for the subscription. I am the bestest. You're the bestest. Oh wait, that was me saying that to you. You're the bestest, Nikki. Thanks for subscribing. Hopefully, gosh dang, I was just saying I need to start saying, stop saying, and, so sorry. I was just telling Wolverine today that you should be getting a happy little package. I did it again. It's frustrating me now. Happy little package, Friday. I did it again. It's such a normal American thing to just, all the time. Good grief. Are you glad you subscribed? Yeah, I know. That's my life. So, you guys weren't here for my little beginning description, but what I am going to be doing, I will switch back over to this one,
is making, and my mouse doesn't show up, don't know why, but on the right hand side here, it's a cross stitch pattern for a sobriety chip of whatever duration you require. I made one of these for a very close person in my life a while ago, and I have another amazing person in my life that I am really proud of that they are coming up the first time in several years on their 30-day, 1-month sobriety. So I'm going to try to make this in the next day or two and get it shipped out so that it can get to them on their 30-day day, which will be roughly in a week. So we'll see what happens.
Sorry, I went black there for a second. I tried to get Stream Raiders going. I'll be a Mountain Dew alcoholic forever. No chip for me. Yeah, no Mountain Dew sobriety for that boy. That's for sure. All right, I need to figure out how I'm gonna read this nicely. It's very intense right now. All right, I need to get these in order as well. So this is the X. This is the triangle. This is the star, and this is a heart. And let's see. And I don't know, Nikki, were you putting in "I love" or something like that? It looked like it cut you off, or maybe auto-corrected or something. But I love you too, Nikki. You want to start there? Dang it. Oh, there we go. There we go. Reading cross-stitch patterns off of the computer, not. I wish I were crafty, so I'm hoping your videos will inspire me to start something new. Yeah, my keyboard is stupid on my phone. No, everybody's keyboard is super stupid, I'll tell you what. I have said some really off-the-wall things because autocorrect, so no worries there. Yeah, hopefully. I mean, if there's anything, Wolverine said that you were possibly interested in learning to crochet, and I said I would be more than happy to give you guys lessons. I learned from my great-grandmother to crochet when I was 4 years old, and I've been doing it ever since. So I've almost been crocheting for about 30 years, so I can definitely help you. This is like the hardest part, is getting the right length of thread to start. And then you don't just use one, what you would think would be one piece of thread. It's actually 6 pieces of thread. And so I typically use 2 of the 6. So let's see, it might be easier to show. I don't know, it'll kind of be on both, but I just use my nail and I split it and I check that there's 2 threads, but there's not. There's actually 3, and now I need to mute that. There we go. So you kind of just pull it apart and then tweeze out 2 of the 6, and then it's just a slow pull. Boop. There we go. And then have your length here. And now that I'm thinking about it, I only did 2 when I would start at the point of the needle. Now that I have doubled it up, I'll actually just use 1. Because instead of having the thread at the end of the needle, the needle's going to be in the middle of the thread. I'll show you. Because I found a really cool new way to start cross stitch. So instead of doing it like this, what most people would do with a needle, it's actually easier if you pull it all the way to the middle. And then, whoop. Wait. Hold on, I might be doing that wrong. I haven't done cross stitch in a long time, since the last time I made this sobriety chip, actually. Let's see. There's a way that you do it so that it loops. Oh my gosh, guys. My brain just died out of nowhere. Gotta test it on here really quick to make my brain remember what to do. Maybe this was the old way that I did it. No, I can't remember. Oh my gosh. I'm breaking the world. Okay. Well, maybe it's this way. Maybe I do want... Sorry, I'm just teaching you everything wrong now. No craft is complete without some form of your DNA in it, so, you know, gotta slather on some saliva. So then we are gonna do it this way, like you would technically think of, but with doing that, it creates a loop down here. Oop. Since it's the same thread, oh my gosh, why is everything being difficult to me? Because it decided it should. Since it's the same thread, it creates a loop down here, and then you can loop it in here. Now I need to do some counting, so that's going to be really fun for you guys. I'm going to put the music back on since the ad's done. And let's see. 5. 50. 50 to there. Plus 20, 30, and that leaves a good chunk down there. So that leaves 1, 2, 3, 6, 7 at the bottom. But we want more than one at the top, so if we do at least 7 on the bottom and 7 on the top, that would make it 87. Yeah, you know, numbers is a big part of crafting. If you're not good with numbers, if you don't have your own, like, secret system to figure out numbers, then crafting will be very difficult. Biggest thing with cross stitch is you want to make sure that your fabric, if you want to call it, your creation medium is even. There is a name for this stuff. I can't remember what it's called though. Okay, so we just bump the mic because that helps everybody. It's really hard to count too because it's very tiny. Let me do it with the needle because then I can poke it through the holes. I'm here while I fish, lol. Yeah, hey, get them fish, boy. Okay. It's gonna be a lot of counting for a second until I get started, because once you get started, you can kind of, you know, expand out from where you start, but until you can find where you're starting, it's a lot of counting to make sure that your piece is gonna be situated properly. So that is the process that I'm going through right now. So that is 60. So 10. So we'll do 12. Guess I can cut it off later. Felt like the Count Dracula. 5, 6, 7. Oh, my eyes are not wanting to focus. 33, 37, 8, 39, 40. 1, 2, 6, 7, 8. Whew. 2, 60. 70. 72, 73. 77. 9, 80. 6. 90. 77, 98, 99, 100 exactly. Beautiful. Okay, so I have 100 stitches down. How many do we have across? 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. 20. 1, 6. 30. 6, 37. 1. 4. I'm off by 1, I think. 5. 50. 1, 3, 4. 1, 63 stitches across, in theory. Might be 64. We won't need that much regardless, but to try to make it sort of even, we can just cut off the sides at the end once we get down to it. So, okay, so 100 down, and we only need 80. So we're gonna have 20. So 10. 13 above and below. And then 64 across, and it goes... If we do 50, so we'll have 10 on either side. So this first stitch is going to be at 13 down and gosh, my brain. Oh, this is probably a really bad project. Down plus 7, 31. Yeah, so 13 down and 31 across. Oh my gosh. Okay, once we get the first stitch in, guys, this will be a lot easier, and I am gonna just get those guys right out of here. Okay. Nine, 4, 7, 11, 12, 13. Stick my needle through there so I can't lose count again. I think I'm gonna go up one, make it 12. I know it's gonna put more off in the end, but that's fine. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 16, 20. 1, 2, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 30, 31. Okay. Whew! We made it, guys. We made it. Step 1, the most difficult step, the first part of embracing a journey, complete. So, this is what you do. You pull through slowly because you don't want the thread to pop out. And then you have this lovely little loop on this side over here. And so that is what you are going to use to actually go back through. Creates a nice little slip knot. Then to put that knot on the back of the work, you just go back through the place where you just came through. So now you have half of the first stitch. This just doesn't seem even. That should be even. So that's supposed to be 6, 9 stitches. I'm just gonna eyeball it because I don't think that that's even. Like the middle of this. Actually, chill. I also had like a little ruler right there, but whatever. I decided to take the harder way. So it's exactly 4 inches long. So the middle is right here. Oop, I lost it. Alright, we're gonna do it this way. I can do this, I can do this, I can do this, and do this. There we go. Okay, so this line right here, I just keep traveling up this line. That's the middle, so then this should be the middle stitch. So there should be 4 this way and then 4 this way. Good thing I caught that before, so my count was off. Don't listen to me, guys. Alright, so again, math. So That will be 1, so there should be 3 on the other side of that and 5 over there. Hopefully my other numbers are right. This is why it's actually best, if you can, just to get a piece of this medium way bigger than you need and then just cut off the excess. But I don't like wasting, and I try to be pretty exact when I do this, so. Alright, so cross stitch, as it is so named, is making 2 stitches of thread cross. So that is why this is only half of stitch. When we get to this one here, which will be the last of this row, I'll show you the other half. So now that we have the ones that are going this way, we want the ones to go this way. So you're making like an X, and thus crossing your stitch over. I know it's really kind of hard to see on the camera because it's such a tiny thing, and I sadly don't have a camera with a zoom. So we'll make do with what we have. That, if you can see, is one complete stitch. One little tiny X out of the hundreds and hundreds of X's. It's pretty blurry, but that I need to make. But this is, for me, totally a very cathartic exercise, and it's just a nice, chill, zen kind of thing. It's also something that I like because a lot of the patterns are pretty quick, simple workups. More complex the pattern usually means more colors, which means more color changes, which can be daunting. I have done some pretty big projects that took me way longer than I thought they would. So. Oh no, Nikki, you need to do exclamation Poke Start. I'm surprised Wolverine has not started you on your Pokemon journey yet. Exclamation Poke Start will get you some money and a starter Pokemon, a little baby to follow you around everywhere. And then you will also get some Pokeballs with that as well. Then you could do exclamation Poke Catch. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. What'd you get? What'd you get? Oh, a Chikorita! Cute! It's a little tiny fire chicken. That's an adorable Pokemon for you. Oh, Tempo went bye-bye. That's okay. In another 10 minutes, there will be another Pokemon to catch. It comes every 10 minutes. That is another thing that I was supposed to be working on tonight, is getting a timer up on the stream. 4, 5, 6, 8, 9. Now the true talent to cross stitch is doing it without making a mistake. I am not successful. I usually shift a row somewhere or swap a stitch somewhere, but the beauty of cross stitch is unless you look really closely, you don't usually ever notice. It just kind of goes. It is pretty boastful for me to think that I'm gonna get this done in a couple days, but we'll see. I spend every waking hour on it, and even hours that I should not be awake. I think I can get it done. Alright, row 1 complete. Look at all of the progress we've made, guys. It's just amazing. It's one little tiny line. That's it. But that's okay. The whole thing is made with love. So, you know, it's gonna be lovely. Okay, on to the next part. Make sure that's in the right spot. 1, 4. Yep. Now we go down to... And you can work cross stitch however you please, whether you like to do half of all the stitches and then go back over to do the other half, or whether you like to complete, so that's how that is. So I just did 2 half stitches. Then we'll complete them, or you can complete each individual stitch as you go. So it's really your choice on how you like it. I like to do all the half stitches first because then I can see where the pattern's going, and not like if I do mess up, I can just pull it out by going back the way that I went. If you do the full stitch, you can still pull it out and go back, but the problem is that you have to get a lot more thread out, whereas singular loops are a lot easier, if that makes sense. That's it done? Okay, so now we need to go... so there's 2 ways that I can kind of approach this, which I think I'm going to go with the way that I'm thinking of. So there... well, I don't know. Now I don't believe in myself. So in this pattern, there's a triangle, and then a central triangle, and then the circle with the number. So I did try cross stitch when I was younger, but it was the pack that had all the threads and the patterns drawn on cloth. Yes, so I could, if I wanted to, I could kind of use the washable markers and like match out this pattern, kind of how they do. But that takes a whole long extra step, and I am confident enough, even though I make mistakes, in my pattern reading that I just count the squares on the pattern and just kind of wing it. Now it does mean that it takes me a lot longer to start, as you saw, because there's the counting and the spacing and all of that. But once you actually get your first stitch in and kind of know like where your pattern's going to shift from, it does end up being a little easier, but it could go either way. I did try dotting out where I was going to be stitching before, and I messed up where I put the dots. So I just shifted it when I actually put the thread in, but even that the shift mess, it was just a hot mess, but it still came out looking amazing. I'll post a picture later, somewhere, everywhere, I don't know, of the one that I made. It was a Luffy, and it was supposed to be Luffy and Nami, but currently it's only Luffy. I did tell the person that eventually I would make the Nami character. It's from a show called One Piece, if you're not familiar with the anime. And yeah, I told them that eventually I will get back to making the other half, and then they'll just have 2 pictures rather than 1 picture with 2 people. Yeah. So what I was going to say is I could, from this point, try to get that triangle, then the next triangle, then the circle, and the 1, and then come back out for this outer circle. But I think what I'm actually going to do is the outer circle, and then from here, go into the inner triangle, the secondary triangle, the circle, and the 1. That seems like that will waste the least amount of thread. So your waste is going to happen on your back side of your fabric. I know, I said it. I tried to say backside of your fabric really quickly so that there was no awkward pause in there. I gotta stop saying that. So you have to kind of, you don't have to, you could just waste thread, but it's good to be conscious of how far you're having to travel with the thread on the back. By going here, I just feel like I'll be using less thread. So I'll be more thread efficient. 3 stitches. Okay. Alright. But, Nikki, those are good places to start. I have done several of those kits when I was younger, and then graduated to doing freehand like this. Now, it's only considered freehand because there's nothing painted or written on fabric here. But it is from a pattern that I got from an amazing nerdy lady. I will actually find her link really quick. So her website is called Cross Stitch Quest, and she has amazing free patterns and some patterns that you can pay for. I do highly recommend looking at her patterns because she does have some that are beginner patterns, and she has others that are a little bit more complex. She's also where I got the Luffy pattern from, the One Piece pattern, but she has some that are like super crazy madness, like will take you probably 3 years easy, non-stop, and then other ones that are like, oh, you could probably do that in like 2 or 3 hours, you know. So I highly, oh, she has a new one that is Vaatu and Rava. Oh, I love it. From Avatar, Legend of Korra. But she has all sorts of ones that are like video game ones, anime ones, ones like this that are sobriety chips. She's amazing. You don't need that, cat. You don't need no AirPods. Or AirPods. Raycons. Sponsor me. No, that's not what I wanted. There we go. So yeah, totally go check her out. Go see her patterns. They're amazing. And also just look at the beauty of the magic that is patterns that she creates. She just sits there. And I mean, if anybody's good with pixel art, you can definitely make a hot penny or just a lot of happy people by making cross-stitch patterns of really cool things. So anyone that is just joining, I am in the process of cross-stitching a very special 1 month sobriety chip. I mean, it's a picture of the chip, but a sobriety cross-stitch for someone very special to me, who is coming up on their 1 month sobriety. So I want to try to get it done before then. We'll see what happens. They're coming up on their 1 month in a week, and they live not near me. So I am hoping that I can get this done in the next 2 to 3 days and then ship it to them, and that they get it on or near their 1 month. Okay. Sorry, I don't have a Zoom camera, and so it's not really easy for you guys to see the details, but doing what I can with what I got. Cross stitch is just such a fine needle point fine thing that it's just, unless you have a good Zoom camera, you're not going to be able to see it super well. This is like hashtag goals. I want to get a really good Zoom camera because I also want to start painting miniatures on stream as well. Okay, so we have 3, 2, 2, 2, add stop, so I can start that again. There we go. Let me know if the music's too quiet. I feel like that's too quiet, so I'm going to bump it up a bit. The other song was really loud, though. Yeah, I'll leave it there. That should be good. Okay, so 3, 2, 2, 2. And then we're gonna do 1, 2, 3, 4 in a little stair-stepping pattern. But while we're doing this, it's just gonna be kind of like a do hanging, chilling, chatting kind of thing. Feel free to ask me any questions. Tell me no more lies. Or we'll just chill. We'll just be in that mood. And the lo-fi music is amazing, so, you know, we'll fall asleep. Good thing about this is it's only in 4 colors, therefore it takes a lot less time to work up. Okay, so we have 1, 2, 3, 4. So then we need to do the next one as a stair step, but we're gonna go down 2 stitches. We're gonna do that 3 times. Hi, cat. My cat just started licking my arm. I love you too, Meow Meow. She was upset with me earlier because she decided to stop right in front of me as I was walking and thus caused me to step on her. And how could I do that? That was not what should have happened. She was pissed at me. But she loves me again now. I think she thought about it and then realized that it was actually her fault. And she's like, sorry, I was a jerk earlier. That was my bad. Oh wow, that's mathematical magic. Duh, that makes sense. I just realized that we are doing the exact same pattern that's up here. So 3, 2, 2, 2, 1, 1, 1, 1, and then 2, 2, 2, 3, 9. It's the exact same thing. It's a mirror image. Look at that. Because math. Which I guess ultimately is considered because science, because math is a part of science. Let's go this way. I'm gonna have to switch out this thread here in a second. This is probably a good spot as any. Swap it out. So, in order to finish off this thread, you want to make sure you have enough to kind of work with. And what you're gonna do, I don't know if you're gonna be able to see this, but where we've been making our stitches over, you're actually gonna go through that part. So, not through the hole, through the middle of. Oh, I'm not even on the camera. Oh gosh. So it's kind of hard to see, but you can see where all the little holes are, maybe? Camera, can you focus on me and not on the table? Come on. On camera, you can do it. Let's see if doing this will help. Nope. Okay, well, my camera's not good enough. I'm sorry, guys. But in any case, there are little holes on here, and the little holes are where you actually put your thread for your stitches. To finish this off, you can actually look this up. I believe it's called a hidden stitch finish. You actually wrap around the thread in the middle part of the next stitch. And you do that a couple times, and then it will disappear under the stitch that you're going to put there. So it makes it hidden and requires no knots. Just go in and out a couple times, and then you cut your thread without breaking everybody's eardrums with the scissors. And voila, it's sealed in there to stay forever. Now we've got to set up our next thread here. Oh, by the way, Wolverine, and I assume Nikki too, since Wolverine really likes Harry Potter, I assume Nikki does also. I watched the first episode of Hogwarts Tournament of Houses, and it was really good. And way to go, Hufflepuff, for kicking Gryffindor's butt. That's all I have to say. Sorry, that was a spoiler, but it was a really good show. At least you can still watch how they did it. One of them, though, I was like, really? Really, that's the question that you use? That you've missed? Like, come on, that's like the most basic Harry Potter information out there. Anyway. I need to do that the other way. But dare I get in trouble for being judgmental? Okay, and then that's gonna go down 9 because it is a copy of what was on the other side. Now, since I am going to be going down here and continuing on, I will actually do each stitch individually versus making half of all of the stitches and then finishing the other half. Due to the fact that if I did that, I would be going down and then up and then wasting a bunch of thread to get back down. I need to refresh my browser, I think. Wolverine, it wouldn't show me what that emoticon was. Oh, it's your dolphin. Nice. I know I spoiled it, I'm so sorry, but it's still worth a watch. And it's free on the Cartoon Network app. And there's only one episode so far. I don't know when the next one's coming out, but the next one's going to be Slytherin versus Ravenclaw, and if Ravenclaw doesn't win, I am going to be so mad. Not that Slytherins aren't smart, but, hello, Ravenclaw. I'm a Ravenclaw, by the way. I should start a donation goal thing. You're a Hufflepuff? Nice! Well, then you won. Let me guess, Wolverine's a Gryffindor. He mad that you beat him up. To be fair, I think that Hufflepuffs excel at a more educated level than the Gryffindors. Wolverine has never been sorted. Oh my gosh, how can you like Harry Potter so much and not have been sorted? Right now, go do it, young man. Get on to the website and get yourself sorted. Now, I'm not going to force you to go as far as figure out what your wand is or what your Patronus is, but at least get sorted, bro. Oh, he has and he is Gryffindor. Oh, called it, Nikki. Called it. That's why he was mad, because you beat him. You got secretly sorted, Wolverine, and you didn't tell your wife? Ooh, boy, you in trouble. I have a roommate who is a Hufflepuff, and a roommate who is a Slytherin.
Author, writer, and Black queer creative.
We work pretty well together, though.
When we're going through periods of joy and happiness, we put on music.
Oh my gosh, blah 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 blah. I'm sorry, I still am not getting on those ads. Her old age causing her memory loss? Oh gosh, well, you know, you just like to dig your holes however you wish to dig them, bro. Have at it. I would also totally get that fishing game, but I just don't have the money yet. I will after Christmas, guaranteed, mostly because I have several dog sitting jobs set it. So, I might think about it. Okay. So pretty and witty and bright. Okay, don't want to get a DMCA. Better stop singing that. Be right back. Okay. Oh, I didn't know that that's where that song came from. I've always known that song. I didn't realize it came from West Side Story. Unless it came from something else and then they used it in West Side Story. I'm not sure. By the way, I love singing, and I don't know if I just blew out everybody's eardrums with that horribleness. 6, 7, 8, 9. Okay, and then the ad's over. Be right back. Gotta go apologize to my wife. That's what that sounded like to me. Took me a second to catch on. I'll be right back. I'm dying. She done killed me to death because I was being a bad boy. So Nikki, if you're still there, another way to get used to or kind of into cross stitch, but from an extreme beginner's level, which there is no shame whatsoever in being at an extreme beginner's level, is to do latch hook. So latch hook is slightly different, but it's the same concept of creating a picture with squares, with pixels per se. But latch hook is done, I said again, with bigger squares and almost like carpet material. Like it kind of feels like that's really stiff. And you use a latch hook and you use little cut pieces of yarn and then you hook it through, make little slip knots onto the carpet fabric, and then it creates a picture. So that is kind of a way to get into like kind of this pixel stitch square art, and everything is always easier if you start with bigger things for most people. Some people actually do better starting with smaller things, but the bigger things will allow you to actually see what's happening and visualize it better. Then when you get to the small stuff, you're like, oh, actually I kind of know where this is going, so it's not too bad. So at this point, I know that this section here repeats here, which then repeats here, and then keeps repeating in a full circle. So I don't necessarily even need to look at the pattern anymore as long as I keep with the pattern that it's creating. Too many patterns, guys. Too many patterns. That's not where I wanted to go. But I do have to make sure I put my stitches in the right spot. So I am using a technique that's called continuous stitching. So instead of just going down and up and down and up and down and up, I am actually looping through and doing the down up motion in one stitch. It just makes it go a little faster, that's all. Now most people will do cross stitch on a hoop, which I have somewhere, but I can't see it in my direct vicinity, so whatever. The problem is these patterns that I have are usually too small for a hoop, and then the hoop just makes it cumbersome. Ooh, a wild Diano? I don't know. I don't know some of these Pokemons. A wild one has appeared. If you want to catch it, Nikki, now's your chance. It's a little loose. Let's tighten it up a bit. Go. This way. So that's okay, and then we do 4. Oh, it escaped. Nobody caught it. Ah! My thread is off. Need to straighten it out. There we go. Oh, it doesn't need to be that tight though. Chill out there, bud. There we go. It's number 3. Here's number 4. And then we need to go in this way. So now this is going to mirror this up here. Now that I'm not going in a downward direction, I'm going in a left direction, I can go back to doing my half stitches again. Again, I'm so sorry that it's really hard to see. But I gotta work with what I got, and I gotta get this done. And instead of just not streaming, I was told that this would be an amazing thing to stream, and therefore I needed to stream it, and so I'm streaming it. Must give the people what they want. Interestingly enough, the person that said that I had to do it on stream isn't here. Or if they are, they're being very quiet. Okay, and then this is the third set of 2. And then we'll go into a set of 3, and then a set of 9. But as you can see, we're almost halfway done with the outer ring. Then we just have to fill in all the color and the design on the inside, add the words to the bottom, and then it's done. See, now I'm feeling much more hopeful, but until I actually get into the solid color part, but I'm going to be like, oh my gosh, there's no way to get this done. But I think I can do it. And the beauty of the job that I have is that I work at a desk and can do this on my lunch and on my breaks. Therefore, I do. Usually I bring my crochet with me, but this is taking precedence over the last 2 stockings that I need to make. And I don't know if I'm gonna be able. I'm gonna have to just force myself to do it, and I just need to get them done and just be done with them. Maybe I can force myself to get them done this weekend. We'll see. They take 3 to 5 hours depending on the yarn, because some yarns are just easier to work with. So I could, in theory, get both of them done in one day. We'll see if I have the patience for it. I'm gonna find... here's a straight edge. So this should, in theory, yeah, match up with that stitch right at the top. Yay! We're even and we haven't lost any stitches. We're doing so good so far, guys. Woo! Wait, how do I do thumbs up? To the top camera. I'm only done with thumbs down. I don't know. It looks weird either way, but whatever. Don't hate me. Alright. So now, again, since we're going to be going only in this direction, we're going to want to do each stitch at a time, rather than go here, then back, then lose a bunch of thread going back over there. That sounds like an ad's about to start.
Here's to...
Yep, okay. Ha! Got it that time. And then, of course, always being conscious of how much thread is left to be able to tie it off without a struggle. But I almost always cause a self struggle. Cause myself a struggle. Okay, I think I'm gonna call it there for this thread. There we go. Okay. Here we go. Music's back, and now we get to separate out another thread. Welcome in, everybody. If you're just joining, I am making a cross-stitch sobriety chip for someone very near and dear to my heart. And they are coming up in about a week on their 1-month sobriety. So I am trying my darndest to get this done in a couple days to be able to ship it out to them. And then it'll be a happy surprise of me saying, "You did a great job. You're amazing. Keep up the good work." So in case you were wondering, this is a pattern that I'm reading on my computer. It is from a very lovely, awesome, nerdy lady with the website crossstitchquest.net. She is amazing. She has a lot of free cross-stitch patterns. That is correct, free patterns that you can get. And they have some insane detail. But there are some that are a little easier, like this one, you know, 4 colors, very simple pattern. With repetition, so it's kind of easy to repeat multiple times. And they're all nerdy stuff, awesome stuff. And then there's some stuff that's kind of just something that is near to dear to her as well. So like this sobriety chip is one of them, but she has Avatar: The Last Airbender, she has Legend of Korra, she has Powerpuff Girls. I mean, the sky's the limit with her. It's amazing. One, two, three, four, 5. So as you can see, we're just starting to get our outside border, and then we'll start filling it in as we go. So there's going to be a big triangle, an inner triangle, and then a circle with the number 1. So instead of putting 30 days, I prefer to put 1 month. So it'll have a 1 there, and then down here, it'll say month. The pattern that she has is interchangeable for 1 through 13? 12. 1 through 12 because months, and then 30, 60, and 90 because those are most generally celebrated sobriety dates. And then she has interchangeable parts for the bottom of the token for hours, because if you want to celebrate that somebody has 1 hour of sobriety, that's amazing, and you can make a cross-stitch pattern sobriety chip for it. So there's hours, days, months, year, and years are the different patterns that you can use for it. And I love it so much. I made it for someone else that was near and dear to my heart, and then I was advised today of another person that is very, very, very near and dear to my heart, that they are at 23 days today, and they're coming up on their 30 days. And so I was like, wish you would have told me sooner, but I will do what I can. Not that they requested this, I just was like, oh man, I wish I would have known sooner. I have this really cool pattern. And they're like, oh yeah, that would have been cool. So I'm doing it anyway. And of course, in my magical, crafty elfness, I'm gonna have it done. So, you know. 3, 7, 8. I am known as a top elf, in my family anyway. My mom always says she lost her best elf when I left because I was the person that wrapped everybody's Christmas presents, and on many occasions told to a professional level that I did wrap those presents. She actually was just texting me today saying that she's sending my Christmas presents to my friend's house because we've had some stuff stolen here at our house before. And she's like, I hope she wraps, because I didn't. So she's hoping that my friend will wrap my presents for her. And I was like, well, worst case, Mom, if she's not willing to do it, I will ask her if she can put the presents into different boxes, and then I will wrap those boxes, and then I will unwrap those boxes. I don't know. Personally, it doesn't bother me, but my mom likes it to be a certain way, but doesn't want to have to do it. She thinks that wrapping is tedious, but she likes it when I'm there for Christmas because then everybody gets extremely nicely wrapped presents. Even when they're really odd shapes, too. I don't know why I was gifted the skill of elf quality present wrapping, but I was. So therefore I must use my power for good. I was also gifted with just a very crafty self, as you guys will know if you check out my Facebook or my Instagram or my Twitter. I've been posting pictures of what I've been doing on days that I haven't been streaming, because there are some times where I'm like, I just can't. I just have to be focused and I can't stream while doing such. And I have been making Christmas stockings like a mad woman. I have all but made my fingers bleed. I've definitely made my brain hurt a lot. I'm kind of just done with it, but I have to make 2 more. I have to make 2 more before Christmas Eve, and I have to make it happen. And I will, but I'm definitely gonna have to force myself to do it. A wild Pancham has appeared in chat. If you would like to catch it, exclamation pokey catch will throw a pokeball. Exclamation pokey catch great ball will throw a great ball. There's a space in between pokey catch and great ball. Exclamation pokey catch space ultra ball will throw an ultra ball. If you have not started your Pokemon journey and wish to, exclamation pokey start will get you a starter Pokemon and 5 or 10 Pokeballs? Not entirely sure. And then, if you would like to buy Pokeballs, exclamation Pokeshop space Pokeball will buy 1 Pokeball. Exclamation Pokeshop Pokeball 2 will buy 2, and then I think you can figure out the rest from there. Exclamation Pokehelp will give you a link to a document with a list of all of the commands for the Pokemon game. I'm trying to make sure this stays down, but I also need it to face me. But I appreciate y'all's chilling with me while I do this really cool thing. Okay, and then we need 4. Two. Three. 4. Also, if I wasn't afraid of a DMCA violation, YMCA, DCMA, I don't know, whatever it is, I would totally be listening to Christmas music right now. I am that annoying person that starts listening to Christmas music in, like, July. I do randomly listen to it all year long, to be honest. I got that Mariah Carey Christmas radio on my Pandora. But I listen with headphones because I can appreciate that not everybody appreciates Christmas music. That is totally fine. Oh, hey! The Struth coming in with a tiered sub. Tier 1, 3-month streak. Let's go! 3 months in a row. How are you so cool? Because you're Struthy, and you're amazing. That's how you're so cool. How's it going, Struth? Love, 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 love. Hype, hype, hype. I am in the process, as you can see, doing a cross stitch. I'm doing great. I'm actually, like, brimming with joy making this. This is going to be, as you can partially see, a cross-stitch monogram pattern, whatever you will call it, of a sobriety chip. I have someone who is very, very near and dear to my heart who is going to be coming up in about a week on their 1 month sobriety, their 30 days sobriety, and it is the first time that they have reached that goal in several years. So I am super, super excited for them and so, so happy for them. And so I wanted to make this, and only just found out today that they're at 23 days. So I was like, oh, I wish I would have known sooner. It would have made this project not as rushed, but I think I can do it in the next 2 to 3 days and then ship it, and then it should get to them within like 2 days, maybe 3. And it should get there right on time, if not early, but maybe 1 day late. We'll see. So I'm pretty stoked about it. But I'm really sad that I don't have a nice camera that will zoom in, so you kind of just get what you get. I've tried to like show the stitches and stuff, and my camera just don't do that. So one day I'll have a nice zoom in camera, because I also want to start painting miniatures on stream. That is a goal of mine. Did I restart the music? Yeah, I did. Okay. I don't have that plus subscription for Spotify, so I have to mute on the ads and then unmute when the music starts, and sometimes I forget. Okay, let me make sure. Ooh, see, I almost made a mistake. I'm glad that I just decided to stop and make sure. Whoop. So we were talking about how most of the time when people see cross-stitch patterns and kits and stuff, they already have the stuff on the material. And you can definitely get washable pens or pen markers to where you can mark out your own. But if you're good with counting, you can do it freehand. Heaps of copyright-free playlists on YouTube, but yeah, oh. See, I tried to find one on YouTube, but the first thing that came up with like DMCA-free music was on Spotify. So I was like, okay, cool, I'll use that, why not? There is apparently a real, ooh, I'm gonna have to try to figure out what that is. Who is it that, I don't think it was Zero Smoky, I think it was Pseudonym. Maybe it was Zero Smoky. I can't remember. In Deadly's World, in the chat, somebody put in an awesome group/band name that's like a Norwegian. I don't know, the best that I could describe it is maybe like a Norwegian rock band, sort of, or Nordic, like metal sort of. I don't know, it was amazing music, whatever it was, and they apparently put all of their stuff on YouTube for free, and anyone can use it, and it was lovely music. And they just say, just make sure that you shout us out, you know, which obviously that's gonna be happening. This is just whatever, like I said, random DMCA free music. Nobody even cares about it anymore, I guess. I could definitely tell you guys who it is if you really wanted to know. Like, this is called something. I don't even know how far down in the list that I am. What is this called? It's called Frolic by Beats Background. So feel like you're frolicking, okay, guys? They all have weird names like that too, like Citrus or Splash. But I mean, you do you, right? Alright, and then I am gonna do... I'm gonna do a muting of the ad there, okay. The only thing that actually caused any DMCA problems was when I uploaded it to YouTube, and then it was when there was an ad that had a song in it. Whereas, like, this Spotify ads they have music in the background, but I don't think they're DMCA music, so. Alright, road check. We are on point. Heck yes, guys. Let's do it. I trapped my finger on the back. Okay, I feel like I just keep sniffing in your guys' ears, so I'm gonna mute my mic really quick, and I'm gonna turn off my personal camera for a second and blow my... That is hilarious, Nikki. That is hilarious. But they do say that everybody is like... Oh, a Tiger Patronus, nice. They do say that everybody is kind of like a blend of two houses. So I am technically a Ravendor. So I'm like a Ravenclaw with Gryffindor aspects. Two of my friends are Huffleclaws, so they're a Hufflepuff with Ravenclaw aspects. So maybe he's just a Gryffindor, you know? Maybe he's a Gryffindor with Hufflepuff aspects. Struthy, did you ever get yourself sorted into the Harry Potter houses? Nope. Well, if you wanted to join the club, you definitely could. I'm really a Gryffindor. Hufflepuff is a secret identity. Well, then, doesn't that mean you're really a Hufflepuff? Gryffindor is just your front? Like, Gryffindor is your Clark Kent and Hufflepuff is your Superman? Isn't that what your secret identity means? Oh, no, other way around. Right? Wait, I never got that your secret identity was... Like, yeah. I think the secret is that you're a superhero, right? And then, like, who you are is who you are, but whatever. I only know the one Harry Potter joke, and that's the extent of my knowledge. Well, you know, it's never a bad time to start listening to the audiobooks if you don't have the time or patience to read, because reading is not for everybody. But audiobooks are amazing. I love them for long drives. I love them while I'm working, but Twitch has kind of taken over on that front because I can listen to people play video games, and that is just as good. But I do switch over to YouTube videos sometimes because I, like probably a lot of people, am a fan of Jacksepticeye and Markiplier, although I've kind of shifted from being a Markiplier fan to being a Jacksepticeye fan more. And I always call him Septiceye. I know it's Septic Eye, but, you know, whatever. It's just when I get in trouble and Witcher Wizard asks what house I'm in that I say Hufflepuff, so they can't find me in my real house. Okay. Stephen Fry did the audiobook. I mean, maybe. There's probably several different versions out there, I would assume. I know when I used to volunteer at the local library out in the sticks that we had them on, not VHS. What's the other one? Tape deck. Is that what they're called? Tapes? Yeah, I think it's called tapes. I mean, I'm from that generation. I just can't remember. We just would always say, hey, throw that in there. We never really called it anything. It's called a tape deck. Anyway. Let's see. Harry Potter audiobook. So there's one on Audible that's narrated by Jim Dale. I don't know who Jim Dale is, but I'm sure he has an amazing voice. What does it say? Yeah, most of them say Jim Dale. But like I said, I'm sure maybe somewhere Mr. Stephen did the narration for it. I honestly don't know who Jim Dale is. I only just realized that voice actors are real people. I watched so many animes, and yet I've never actually cared who the voice actors were until, like, just this year. Look, bottom line, I took the test years ago, but couldn't remember my account, so she made me retake the test, and it lied. Test must have been given... Well, you know, Wolverine, it also kind of depends on how you feel in that moment. Because if you take it again in another couple years, you might feel differently about how you answered. And unless you write down your answers and know them for sure, then it can always shift. Okay, home stretch for the outer ring. I think I'll try to do these 3 stitches over here and then finish off this thread. I think I can do it. I think I can. I think I can. I think I can. Oh, but anyway, what I was saying earlier, Wolverine, is I should do a stream goal like Deadly does. Be like, Meldaria needs a new camera so that you can actually see her crafts. That's kind of cutting it. I think I'm just gonna leave it here. Resembled Harry, bright or dark, stars over moon, owl, trust. None of that is helpful. Well, it's accumulation, and how do you know what was in Harry Potter's head? I mean, the only thing that we know for sure that was in his head was not Slytherin, so... Maybe he did choose the other one. Maybe because he had such a sad upbringing and terrible, horrible relatives, he did choose dark instead of light. Also, Harry didn't choose the owl. He had an owl, but that was chosen for him. So who knows what Harry would have chosen for himself. What's your thinker? So you can see on the back here, I have very minimal thread waste. I'm pretty good at trying to figure out the most efficient way. You can see there was a little bit here But I'm pretty good at it. Oh, sorry, maybe you can't see actually. But yeah, so these longer strands that are just straight in the back, those are what's considered thread waste. Do you have any crafts that you enjoy doing, Struthy, or crafts that you would like to learn? One of my retirement goals is to learn how to do what's called tatting, which is sort of like creating lace by braiding threads together. It's a very simplified explanation. No, we don't care about you. Okay. We care about you, Struthy. We just don't care about the ad. I should specify. Used to make tech deck stuff? Nice! Dude. I could never, like, do anything with tech decks, but I always loved them. And I had really cool friends that were, like, amazing. Mini ramps? Nice! Yeah, that's, like, miniature building stuff. That's awesome. My friend does that kind of stuff. She can make, like, a realistic campsite out of, like, toilet paper and cardboard, and it's amazing. Blows my mind. I, on the other hand, am not super crafty in that form, but I can paint the miniatures that live in her campsite. That I'm really good at. She's actually really good at that too, so that's not a boast. Oh, that friend that I'm talking about is Smeady. She comes up into my stream every once in a while. But we're actually, like, IRL. I guess all of us are IRL friends, I shouldn't say, but we, like, are physically friends. That sounds weird. She lives near me, like 10 minutes from me, so I visit her a lot with her husband. No! I don't need that stash. Love the grass sprinkle and glue. Yeah, it does get everywhere. Oh gosh, yeah, it does. Yeah, her and her husband are really crafty people, but I mean, aren't we all, right? He actually makes amazing replica swords. Like, Wolverine would be really jealous of some of them. He's made Dawnbringer. He's made the Ebony Blade from Skyrim. He's made something, I think it was from Dark Souls? The Executioner Blade. Like, dude is hecka talented. And he does it all with woodworking. Now, some of them he made with, not woodworking, but he is incredible with a lathe. And then she does a lot of costuming work, or at least she used to, but she makes incredible stuff out of clay. Makes little figures and pendants and stuff. My crafts tend to be more in the fiber realm, so I do cross stitch, crochet, knitting. I realize the music is back on now. Loom work, weaving, beading with a D, not a T. But yes, my retirement goals are to learn how to do tatting, which if you've never seen someone do it, oh my gosh, it's insane. You can look it up. It is Tatting, tatting. And I also want to do felting, which is another really fun, cool fiber craft. But I haven't gotten into it yet. I think it's kind of expensive to get enough wool to make a decent thing with felting. Now, if I ever get property and get to have my own goats and sheep and such, I can have all the wool that they'll produce, you know? And then I will have no shortage of wool for doing my crafting. That's another thing that I want to learn how to do, too, is spinning. Somebody was saying, because Doge is so fluffy, you've seen him, that I could probably spin his fur. And I probably could. People do. You know, spin dog fur. There is a lady. I'm not actually sure where she's from, but she makes characters, sort of, like replicas of animals, mostly cats, with felting, and she also incorporates some of their actual fur and stuff into it, and it's really cool. I think if people send her whiskers as well, she will add those in. So close. We're closing the gap, guys. Closing the gap. I'm gonna make sure my stitches stay even. Yeah. 3. Cat's gonna fall off the cat tree. 4. I think my roommate trimmed her nails recently, because earlier she fell off the cat tree twice. I trimmed my cat's nails, but I have not seen her fall off the cat tree. I've seen her be really confused about why her nails are the way that they are, but never seen her fall off the cat tree. I've seen her fall off the cat tree just because she was being stupid, but I've never seen her fall off because she couldn't hold on. I guess I should specify. Gosh dang it, I did that wrong. I'm in the wrong direction. I'm glad that I'm noticing this before I, like, commit all the way, though. Oh, dang it. Where is it stuck on? Go back through this way. Ah. There we go. One, 2, 3, 4. This needs to go here. Okay, just a couple more stitches and we got it. Now it's by no means close to being done because the entire inside of this is going to be filled in with these 4 lovely colors up here. But at least we have the outline. Oh, hydrate! I certainly will, Struth. Thank you. This needlepoint is thirsty work, I tell you what. Good looking out, bro. Big preach. Nope, and that's not where that's supposed to go either. Oh boy, guys. Have you heard of Bronx? No, I haven't. The heck? Gotten myself into a situation here, guys. There we go. Is it a band or a company? Oh, it's a guy. Okay. He does traditional Maori wood carving. Oh. Yeah, if you have his channel link, hook it up. I love wood carving. I don't do it myself because I do not have that skill, but I love watching other people do it. I actually have another streamer that I watch, which his name is eluding me now, but him and his wife do wood carving and engraving and wood burning and stuff, and it's amazing. But I've never seen traditional Maori wood carving. I literally only know that the Maori are a native people. That is all I know. I don't know much about their culture, but I would love to learn. Oh no! Hold on. Let me see if I can grant you permission. Yeah, banning Struthy. That seems to be the right option, right? Just kidding. Oh, come on. Unless Wolverine's able to do it, I don't ever know how to do anything in here. Well, I'm gonna do the one thing that I do know how to do. And now you're a mod, Struthy, so go for it. You can now have all of the permissions. I mean, I'm a mod in your channel. It's only fair that you're a mod in my channel. Unless you're just like, I do not want that power. I can take it away as soon as you post your link. How to grant somebody temporary link posting powers. I know there's a way to do it, but I can never figure it out. But in any case, Struth, go ahead and put it up now. You are modded. You have the power. Oh! Exclamation permits. And that's an ad that I don't want to hear. Yeah. And I think you're good to be a mod. You're chill, you peeps, you fam. I'm not a skirted wordied. If I get a hotspot mass intrusion, I will look to you to take care of them. With great power comes great problems. Oh my gosh, 3 more stitches. We're almost there. Alright, I'm gonna be going down from there, so I'm gonna go stitch by stitch here. You plated something new today? Oh yeah, Wolverine got a new awesome fishing game, which I'm actually kind of jealous of, and I really want to play it with him, but I don't have $38 to get it right now. But I told him after Christmas I for sure will have the money. Yay, ad's over. It is called Fishing North Atlantic, I believe. Okay, so we have our circle. Yay! Outline. So now we just need to start adding the triangles and the other circle and the one and then the outline at the bottom and the month. It's gonna be great. Oh my gosh, Struthy, in that game, it's like commercial fishing, so you actually have to drive the boat and stuff. Wolverine just got slammed by this huge boat. It was hilarious. I clipped it. You should go find it. Or if you're a part of Wolverine's Discord, it's in his clips for today. Also, he ran into a buoy and had no clue because it was really dark, and he's just like, what the heck did I run into? I clipped that too. No, we're gonna be going down, so I'm gonna do it this way. Oh, there you go. Wolverine posted it for you if you want to see it. It was interesting, to say the least. At first, I wasn't actually watching, I was just listening. I was lurking while I was working. And so I just hear him go, whoa, 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 what the heck, dude? Dude! And I was like, oh no, what's going on? And I heard him say something about him, like, doing donuts. And so I was thinking in my brain, like, oh, fishing boats will stop and turn to try to use their fish tracker, fish finder, to get, like, the perfect spot to fish. So I thought that that's what was maybe happening, and Wolverine didn't notice, and so he just decided to run into the guy. But no, he was actually in the dock area, in the short bay area, and it was like an auto-generated boat in the world, and so their script for the boat was that, like, it went into dock, and then it would just turn around, like, literally on a dime, and then just jet out of the dock. And so in doing so, it ran directly into him. It was hilarious. And apparently it sunk his boat. It sunk his battleship, Struthy. You have to feel bad for him. Hey, boat didn't want none of that? No, it did not. He's like, oh, you a small boat? Bye-bye. Yeah, when I was clipping it, I actually got to watch, and it's just the AI was like, okay, and then I'm going this way, and it had no F's to give whatsoever. And there were two of them, too. If you watch closely in the clip, there's two boats that are on the exact same trajectory, just right next to each other. So even if he had made it past the first boat, the second boat was going to nail him anyway. But the game itself seems like it could be pretty fun. Oh, and then you rated SoFlo, and he had a cool little manatee that came and hung out with him. But I clipped him too because it was like, oh, the conundrum. The manatee came over because he was spraying fresh water out of a hose. The manatee really, really, really wanted to drink the fresh water. Well, he had to spray the fresh water out of the hose to get the pelican to go away. Because the pelican was stealing all the bait for the fish he was trying to catch. But because the manatee came over after he sprayed the pelican, he then couldn't catch the fish because the manatee was in the way. So then he would stop spraying the water so that the manatee would go away. But then when he did that, then the pelican came back. And it was just a fun little circle of them just going back and back. But then at one point, he got them to go, and then he turns, and there's like a heron. I don't think it was a great blue heron, but it was some sort of heron or crane, like right on the sidewalk next to him. And he's like, and then look at this guy trying to steal my bait. Yeah, that poor guy was not having any luck. But it was really cool. They have an underwater cam, and you can actually like see as they're fishing and catching the fish. It's really cool. And there was a barracuda that he saw today. It was awesome. My marine biology heart was so happy. I could just sit and watch fish all day. And I do sometimes, actually. I have liked the Monterey Bay Aquarium Facebook page, and they will sometimes post just like their jelly cam or their tidal wave cam and tidal wave. Tide wave cam. There we go. That was my dream job. That was my get my marine biology degree, go work at Monterey Bay Aquarium. But unfortunately, it is 1, extremely hard to get a job there. 2, really expensive to live in San Jose. degree, I have to pay back my student loans, and so in order to get a big, huge chunk of that paid off, I need to work at a not-for-profit for 10 years. I am coming up on 5 years at a not-for-profit, and I'm halfway there, guys. 10 years later, my marine biology degree will mean nothing. But maybe I can start as a ticket taker and then work my way up. I did work for 2 months, month and a half, 2 months, as the aquarist at the tiny little marine center where I went to school. That's nothing. Nothing at all compared to what, oh gosh dang it, that's the wrong spot. What you would have to do at a big, huge aquarium like the Monterey Bay Aquarium. But hashtag life goals, you know? It doesn't mean that I can't still have the knowledge and appreciate all of the stuff, right? Because there's times where people are like, but what are you doing with your degree? And I'm like, I'm knowing things about the ocean. What are you doing with your degree? Oh wait, you don't have one. It's almost like a badge of honor to not have a college degree now, and that's weird to me. Now, granted, I know that I have a $60,000 piece of paper, but I'm still proud of my accomplishment. It's also way less expensive than other people. I had some classmates that were from out of state. Now, I came and lived here specifically for 6 months before I started school, so that way I was considered a resident. Because otherwise... Oh, bollocks. I have to take all this out. Almost all of it. Otherwise, you have to pay out-of-state tuition. And it's really, really, really expensive. So pretty and witty and bright. Sorry, every time that ad comes on, I have to sing that. I think it's less than 10 seconds, so I should be fine. So I was saying something. Oh, right. They had out-of-state tuition, like people that are from California. There were some from Texas, some from Alaska, some from Hawaii. They did the exact same amount of schooling as me. Maybe even just a slight bit more than me. Their stuff, their loans, is like $200,000. Mine is like $62,000. That's insane to me. The Gulf Aquarium here? Hey, yeah, I mean, if they're hiring. But it's going to be in 5 years. I think I can definitely get a beginner entry-level job at just about any aquarium. Like, I'm fine with just taking tickets until they're like, oh, you know, so-and-so didn't show up for the such-and-such show today. Do you want to do it? And I'll be like, yep, me, here, present. I can do. I have a knack for it. I definitely have a love of educating others. Definitely a little bit of narcissism of like, ooh, ha, 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 look how much I know. And the, like, people asking questions and me knowing the answer. Like, I like that. It's cool. But I have, in my years, learned that it's okay to not have the answer as well, and simply say, you know, I'm not sure, but let's look it up and find out. So I have grown as a person. And I apparently have a very good presence as far as explaining and educating and that kind of stuff. When I worked at the, I worked at the little aquarium and I was the janitor for the most part. And then I became the aquarist when the person that was the aquarist, who was an aquarist in training, completed her aquarist hours and was going to move on to a bigger and better aquarium. I did the feedings, and so I would educate people on the different species that were there, the different animals that I was feeding, what they were eating, how they ate it, that kind of stuff. So that's definitely why I put random fact as one of my channel rewards, because I'm full of it. I'm just so full of it. Okay, yeah. So the reason why I have to take this out is because it's not supposed to be 2 stitches together the whole way down. It goes 2 1 2 2 2 2 1 2 2 2 1 2 2 2 1. So I messed up. I told you I always am off by a stitch here or there. I could have just kept going with it, but I wanted to fix it. Random fact. Okay, Struthy, what kind of random fact would you like? The major random fact that I always go for because it's so amazing to me and so many people don't know is that sea cucumbers breathe out of their butt. They have what is called a branchial tree, and it runs throughout their entire body. But they actually pull in oxygenated water in through their anus, and then it is absorbed by the branchial tree and then released through the anus. So if you ever see the little, what some people say, mouth opening and closing, it's actually their butt. They do have a mouth on the other side where they have what's kind of just known as feeding feathers. So they look, to me, they look like cauliflower florets. Buttcumber, yeah. They look like cauliflower florets, and they stick out, and there's usually like 3 to 5 of them, and they spread out, and they grab plankton out of the water, because they are filter feeders. And they eat plankton that way. Also, just because I'm on a roll and I'm talking about echinoderms, the sea cucumber, the sand dollar, the sea urchin, and the sea star are all echinoderms, and they are all really, really closely related. So if you think about it, if you took a sea cucumber and compacted it into a bubble, so to say, a test, you would have a sea urchin. If you took a sea urchin and squished it flat, you would then have a sand dollar. If you took that sand dollar and cut some chunks out of it, then you have a sea star. And yes, proper term is sea star, not starfish. So there, you've been edumacated. I also know random facts about freshwater aquarium fish and salt aquarium fish from having had aquariums myself. Wolverine watched a video today, and he now wants a pet otter. So, yeah. Except for otters are protected mammals, so that would be kind of hard. And from what I've been told, they're kind of stinky as far as like when they go poop and stuff. Because I always hear the similar kind of thing where people are like, oh, I watched a video and now I really want a pet fox. Did you know a lot of times if you go to like a wildlife sanctuary that has foxes and skunks, if you think you smell a skunk, you don't, because they've been descented. You actually smell the fox. Foxes smell like skunks. They have glands, oil glands, which keep their fur so nice and soft. They cannot be removed, or they will have like the worst case of like pelt rot that you've ever seen. And thus, they stink like a skunk. Now, otters, I guess freshwater otters aren't, depending on the species, aren't in the protected list, so you could, in theory, have a freshwater otter, but I don't know. I think if you really like that kind of look and temperament and style, I think you'd do best with getting a ferret. They also have a slight smell, but it's not bad in my opinion. I mean, people say it's a musky smell, but I had ferrets and I liked it. But I could just be a weirdo. I mean, it's pretty valid that I'm just a weirdo, but to me, a ferret is a perfect cross between a cat and a dog. Because they have the ability to, you know, want to be next to you, cuddle with you, play with you, be attached to you, and then they have, and they're trainable, and then they have that cat energy, where they're just like crazy, running around, steal your keys, you know, it's great. In Otter News is the best Twitter account in the world. That is amazing. I'm gonna have to go follow them. Alright, now I need to focus for 3 seconds so I don't mess up the pattern again. So I've got 2, 2, 1. Check. 3 sets of 2. Okay. Oh my gosh, you guys, our stream time is already over. So that's the other problem with this kind of thing, is that I'll just get sucked in. And then I'll be like, oh, it's 2 in the morning. I should probably be asleep right now. It's not 2 in the morning though. It's 8:30 at night, but that is usually when I stop my stream. I will finish this set, and then we will call it. Do you guys want to raid someone playing a game? Someone who's crafting? Someone you don't know? Someone you do know? Do you have any preference? Or are you just along for the ride? I do have to cruise, but raid away. Oh, thanks, Truth. I appreciate you coming in and chilling and hanging out with us. Big precious all the time. And thank you for subbing again, bro. That's so sweet of you. I keep looking over here because I'm looking at your name, but you're actually over here. Ah! So there you go. Thank you so much, Shruti. You're amazing. So I will hopefully post the progress that I make tomorrow. It's very chill. Needed that at the end of the work week. For sure, for sure. Yeah, and that's what I like about having the outlet to be able to craft on stream. Is because sometimes people just want to chill. And I know that's me, and that's why I decided to put it out there, because I actually really enjoy watching videos of people cross-stitching and people crocheting. Now the problem is I don't have a good camera. They usually have a really good camera, and so you can really see each stitch and what's happening. So one day I'll get a nice camera with a heavy zoom, and we'll do that. So Shruti, since you didn't get to see it, I'll pop over really quick,
and you can see this is the pattern here on the right hand side. That's what I've been staring at and using to complete this. So you can kind of see how far I've gotten. The other part that you can't see, but I will shift over to, is there's these words here, which you can't see my mouse for some reason. I don't know why it's not showing up. That will be down here, and it says, "To thine own self be true." And so I'm very excited for my person, and I can't wait to finish this and ship it off to them. So happy. Alright, everybody, let's find somebody to raid. Also, I hope you were satisfied with your random facts that you got there, Shruti. I hope those all were incredible for you. Let me use this phone. It's easier. Stop it, microphone. That's mine. Let's see who is on. And then if I feel like it. Maybe I will just search for something, but let's see. Oh, you know who's probably on? And he is, and he's awesome, and I want to invite. Yeah, I want to invite, but mostly I actually. Oh my gosh, I love that emoji. That's amazing. Giphy, emoticon, whatever you want to call it. This dude is amazing.
And his name is Ocarina Sheaf, and I haven't been able to introduce you to him yet, Struthy, I don't think. If I have, then enjoy. If I haven't, then enjoy. Either way, enjoy. So let's raid him. I love raiding him because he will play a song on his ocarina for me. See ya! Bye, Strudy! Well, enjoy this lovely person, Wolverine and Nikki. I think you guys will like him. Wolverine's seen him before. I don't know if you have yet, Nikki. He's playing Rocket League, so that should be something exciting. A shift from our chill crafting zone. Let's go. Hi, guys.